everyone, we have a report that there's a new virus spreading around the country, and it makes people sick. And if you get the new virus, go to the hospital. And we don't know what's the virus called, but I hope they can sort this out. So yeah, see, don't wear a mask, and yeah.
The following message has been transmitted at the request of the United States government and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. A nationwide public health emergency has been declared following the rapid spread of a newly identified virus across multiple states. Health officials are continuing to investigate the situation as emergency response agencies work to contain the outbreak. Hospitals in several regions are operating at maximum capacity. State and local governments have declared emergencies, and additional federal resources are being deployed to assist affected communities. Authorities are receiving reports that some infected individuals are exhibiting severe neurological symptoms, including confusion, disorientation, and unpredictable behavior. Officials are urging the public not to approach anyone displaying these symptoms, and to immediately leave the area, if it can be done safely. Residents are advised to remain indoors whenever possible, secure their homes, avoid unnecessary travel, and closely monitor local officials for updated instructions. Emergency personnel are continuing rescue operations and delivering medical assistance where conditions permit. Do not spread unverified information on social media. Rely only on official emergency broadcasts and announcements from government authorities. Scientists are working around the clock to identify the virus and develop effective treatments. Additional information will be provided as it becomes available.
Fix me, looking at my history. I'm bad in love. Got a girl with California eyes, and I thought that she could really be the one this time, but I never got the chance to make her mine because she fell in love.
The following message has been transmitted at the request of the United States government and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Authorities are investigating multiple extraordinary reports from hospitals and emergency response personnel. According to preliminary information, several individuals who were pronounced deceased after contracting the virus have unexpectedly shown signs of movement and responsiveness. Medical experts have not determined the cause of these incidents, and investigations are ongoing. Out of an abundance of caution, all hospitals, medical examiners, and emergency responders have been instructed to follow enhanced safety procedures while additional guidance is developed. Members of the public are urged to remain calm and avoid areas where emergency operations are underway. Law enforcement and emergency medical services have established secure perimeters around affected facilities while specialists assess the situation. Officials emphasize that this is an evolving emergency. The federal government is coordinating with state and local agencies to determine the nature of these reports and provide further instructions. Continue to monitor official emergency alert system broadcasts for verified information.
The following message has been transmitted at the request of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. This is an emergency update. Scientists have identified the pathogen responsible for the current outbreak and have designated it MXR 666-1. The virus causes a rapidly progressing, life-threatening illness characterized by high fever, profound weakness, confusion, and severe neurological impairment that may worsen within hours of onset. Early symptoms may appear mild before escalating quickly, and medical personnel report that some patients deteriorate with alarming speed. Hospitals throughout the nation are experiencing an unprecedented surge in patients. Federal, state, and local authorities are expanding emergency operations to support healthcare facilities, coordinate transport, and maintain public safety. Residents should expect delays in routine services and increased activity from emergency responders in affected regions. If you or someone nearby develops sudden fever, confusion, or collapse, contact emergency services immediately and await guidance before traveling to any medical facility today. Investigators continue to examine reports of previously deceased patients exhibiting unexpected signs of movement and responsiveness. The cause of these incidents remains unknown. Citizens are urged to remain calm, avoid affected areas, and follow all instructions issued by local officials. Do not approach individuals who appear ill, disoriented, or unresponsive. Scientists are working continuously to better understand MXR 666-1 and to develop effective treatments. Additional information will be provided as it becomes available. Remain indoors when possible, stay informed through official sources, conserve supplies, and continue to monitor emergency alert system broadcasts for further updates.
The following message has been transmitted from the request of the Washington State Department of Health. Health officials have confirmed a new infectious agent, designated MXR666-1, linked to the outbreak affecting the greater Puget Sound region. The illness begins with fever, severe headaches, tremors, and disorientation, and may progress to loss of coordination, violent muscle spasms, and respiratory failure within a matter of hours. Medical teams report that some patients are deteriorating far faster than expected, and standard treatments have shown limited effectiveness. Hospitals in Seattle, Tacoma, and nearby communities are operating under emergency conditions. State and federal agencies are deploying additional medical staff, transportation support, and security resources to assist overwhelmed facilities and maintain order. Residents should avoid non-essential travel, remain clear of hospital entrances, and expect interruptions to routine services in impacted areas. If you or anyone near you develops sudden fever, confusion, or collapse, call emergency services immediately and remain where you are until instructed otherwise. Investigators are also reviewing multiple reports of deceased patients exhibiting movement after being pronounced dead. The cause of these incidents has not yet been determined. Until further notice, citizens are urged to stay indoors, secure doors and windows, and avoid contact with anyone who appears ill, disoriented, or unusually aggressive. Scientists are continuing around-the-clock efforts to identify the source of MXR666-1 and develop an effective countermeasure. Additional guidance will be released as soon as it is verified. Monitor official broadcasts, conserve food, water, and medication, and follow all instructions from local authorities.
The following message has been transmitted at the request of the United States government, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. and the Federal Emergency Management Agency, Health Authorities has an important update. We have verified that the contagion labeled MXR-666-1 has moved beyond Washington state and is now present in more cities across 10 additional states. The affected states currently include Oregon, Idaho, California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, Colorado, Montana, Wyoming, New Mexico. Early warning signs can include fever, pounding headaches, shaking, and mental disorientation, and may swiftly deteriorate into poor balance, severe convulsions, and breathing collapse within a matter of hours. In some instances, infected people who have died have later been seen moving again and acting with extreme aggression. Existing medical responses have produced only modest success. Hospitals in Seattle, Tacoma, and large cities nationwide are now working under crisis procedures as patient numbers keep increasing. State and federal teams are sending doctors, transport support, National Guard personnel, and security assets to help strain facilities and preserve public safety. Residents should avoid unnecessary trips, stay away from hospitals and evacuation sites, unless told to go there, and prepare for interruptions to ordinary services in affected areas. If you or anyone near you develops sudden fever, confusion, collapse, or violent conduct, call emergency services immediately, and remain where you are until further direction is provided. Investigators are also confirming repeated reports of deceased patients showing movement after being declared dead. These incidents have now been recorded in several states. Until further notice, the public is urged to stay indoors, lock all doors and windows, and avoid contact with anyone who appears sick, confused, or unusually aggressive. Scientists are continuing non-stop efforts to determine the source of MXR-666-1 and develop an effective countermeasure. Additional instructions will be released as soon as they are confirmed.
The following message has been transmitted at the request of the United States government, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Federal and state officials have confirmed that the pathogen identified as MXR-6661 is no longer confined to Washington state. The infection has now been detected in multiple additional states, and confirmed case numbers continue to rise as testing and reporting expand. Emergency response agencies are treating this as a rapidly developing national health crisis. In several documented incidents, individuals who had already been officially declared dead were later observed to regain movement and display severe, uncontrolled aggression. These events have now been verified in more than one state, and investigators are continuing to examine the circumstances surrounding each case. At this time, there is no known treatment, cure, or reliable method of reversal for MXR-6661. Hospitals in Seattle, Tacoma, and other major population centers are operating under emergency conditions as patient intake continues to increase beyond normal capacity. Federal, state, and local response teams are deploying additional medical staff, transportation support, National Guard personnel, and security resources to assist overwhelmed facilities and maintain public order. Residents are strongly urged to remain indoors whenever possible, avoid all unnecessary travel, and stay away from hospitals, shelters, and evacuation points unless specifically instructed by authorities to report there. If you or someone near you develops a sudden fever, confusion, collapse, loss of awareness, or violent behavior, contact emergency services immediately and remain where you are until further instructions are provided. Officials are also reviewing multiple reports involving deceased patients who appeared to move after being pronounced dead. These reports have now been confirmed in several states and are being treated as credible threats to public safety. Until further notice, the public should lock and secure all doors and windows, avoid physical contact with anyone who appears ill, disoriented, or hostile, and monitor official broadcasts for updated instructions. Do not attempt to approach, restrain, or investigate affected individuals on your own. Researchers are working around the clock to determine the full nature of MXR 6661 and to identify any possible countermeasure, but no successful remedy has yet been found. Additional information will be released as soon as it is verified and approved for public distribution.
This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast systems and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This cable system has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most cable systems will remain on the air, providing news and information to the public and assigned areas. This is Finity Digital Cable. We will continue to serve the Washington, D.C. area. If you are not in the Washington, D.C. area, you should tune to cable systems, providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Washington, D.C. area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone line should be kept open for emergency. You must listen to this message for your survival. The President of the United States or his designated representative will shortly deliver a message over the emergency alert system very shortly. Please stand by. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast systems and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This cable system has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most cable systems will remain on the air, providing news and information to the public and assigned areas. This is Finity Digital Cable. We will continue to serve the Washington, D.C. area. If you are not in the Washington, D.C. area, you should.
My fellow Americans, our nation and the world is suffering a global crisis. The importance of zombies has spread across the United States. The virus is known as MXR 666-1. Our military sources are defending the citizens across the United States and the rest of the world. Unfortunately, there is no cure. 90% across the globe has turned into zombies, which is starting an extinction event. There is no way to stop this. All remaining broadcast stations are now under final national control. This message will repeat until transmission is no longer possible. The MXR 666-1 virus is 100% fatal and 100% reanimating. There is no vaccine. There is no cure. The infected do not feel pain. They do not tire. They do not stop. Do not attempt rescue operations. Do not approach any populated areas. Anyone showing signs of bites, fever, or aggression must be considered lost and neutralized immediately. Travel is forbidden. All supply chains have collapsed. Power grids are failing nationwide. Major cities have fallen. Containment efforts have failed. Military forces are overwhelmed. International communications have ceased. MXR 666-1 has spread to every continent. To any surviving government officials, military units, and civilian personnel, your final directive is total denial of biomass to the enemy. Burn the cities. Destroy all infrastructure. Scorch the farmlands. Leave nothing that the dead can use. Human extinction is now inevitable. Before we conclude this broadcast, we have selected a passage from the Bible for reflection. The reading is from Exodus 20:17, the Ten Commandments. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. Honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet. May these words offer comfort during this non-fictional story. Before we sign off, we express deepest gratitude to the United States Armed Forces, including the Navy, Air Force, Army, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, SEAL Team 6, first responders, healthcare workers, scientists, emergency personnel, and international partners including the United Nations for their service during this unprecedented fictional crisis. Thank you for your courage and resilience. Gather with loved ones and cherish these moments. On behalf of the United States government, thank you for listening. May God bless each of you. May God bless the United States of America. And may God bless the world.
This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast systems and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This cable system has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most cable systems will remain on the air, providing news and information to the public and assigned areas. This is Finity Digital Cable. We will continue to serve the Washington, D.C. area. If you are not in the Washington, D.C. area, you should tune to cable systems, providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Washington, D.C. area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone line should be kept open for emergency
Thank you.